Hey guys, what's going on? It's Paul Gorman out here, just doing a little video in regards to some of the comments that I get, the direct messages and emails about videos I post and or questions that you have about your own golf swing, what we see on the tour, what we see really good players do. Well, everybody's moving that club away, right? So do I cock my hands early? Do I do a one-piece takeaway? One-piece takeaway meaning left arm and shaft and the whole assembly of this arms go back, not a lot of wrist, club face. Where is it? Is it above the shaft at 12 o'clock? Is my club face okay to be over at 11? Can I rotate my arms back? Is that okay or is that illegal? Do I take it away without doing any rotation? They're all on the tour. So finding out which is best for you to create speed and consistency with contact is the key. So Hogan would rotate this thing back quick and club face would look a little bit open like this, a very fast action back, and that's the technique of a swinger, okay? So a swinger is, or hitter, is quickly defined and easily defined as either you're pushing or you're pulling, okay? So pulling would be someone going like this, left arm, shoulder pulling, spinning around, centrifugal force, right? It's a centrifugal action with a lot of freedom in the wrists, whipping, okay? Hitting is a thrusting, it's a pushing. So you push the arm straight, you drive the handle through the hitting zone like this, like a Trevino. So we got Hogan and Trevino, two opposites. And you're going to fall easily into one of those categories. And the idea is like putting the things that match up in the swing for yourself. So if you're an actual swinger and you swing it back and you've got this whippy arm action, but then you see Scotty Scheffler take it back and he looks like he's got no wrists, no swinging, nothing going on, but a bunch of body, wonderful body pivot, big flexible body twisting back and around, and then really pulls down and lets it go through. So those are the things that, the questions that come in for me. The swinger, again, is an active action of the swinging of the club at a setting of the wrist, folding of the elbow, a slinging, a whipping back, letting the club open, letting the arm roll. So yes, that is okay to do. Let me show you right now. Here we go. There's my version of a swing. The Hogan would look like he rotates it back and then he rotates it down. That's a very weak grip, you know, a grip that's very much on top this way. And then the club face is very active, rotating, slinging like dealing cards, right? So if you deal cards, you've ever been into Vegas, you see the forearm starts over here and easily goes to the other side of the elbow joint. Okay, so that's the swinger. Looks like this. A little quicker action. You can see the ball's taken off pretty nicely there. And what about a hitter? What about one-piece takeaway? What about no arm roll? See, sometimes there's this kitty corner view that you can see on TV where the camera's shooting in with the guy hitting that way, but it's at an angle for the camera to see the hands and what they're doing. And what I notice a lot of is that the back of that left hand, for a lot of players, Morikawa, Hideki, these guys, they just kind of turn the wrist almost downward, almost like this. So it goes back in and the club is not rotating open. You can just see it's just not doing much at all, the face of the club. Okay, then the Hogan model was like letting this thing swing, letting the club and the weight of the club set itself into position. He felt like he'd sling it and the wrist would set perfectly, and then centrifugal force is working, and centrifugal force is the pulling the left side out of the way so the arm can just whip through. And then the pushing would be seeing that shaft get off the body with the arms this way, with some extension here, and a driving force. So that's driving on the pressure point, that lag pressure point this way. This looks like this. Trevino, right? And kind of took it outside like Trevino a little bit and then drove it down. So if I bounce back and forth a couple swings here, I'm going to go Hogan model first. It's going to look slingy, low, back around this way. A lot of club face opening, a lot of wrist twisting, a lot of finger whipping, supple wrist joints on plane. Very fast, right? Here we go again. Trying to turn for the camera here so you can see it. Okay. Driving, Trevino. That way. There you go. So one of them is more kind of welding the ball on the face. You know, feeling that thing pressured in there. Feeling that club face pressured onto that ball. Taking that ball and feeling like it's just welded on the face as you go through. Where the Hogan model's swinging through, right? Club head's on one side of the hands, then it goes to the other side of the hands. Whoosh, whoosh. And on the hitter, gets back over this way and drives through. Okay? Really good for under tree shots. You guys have probably done that. And it's actually quite good for short shots. We always see that, right? And a lot of the tour pros, you look, they're using this little pushing mechanism of the right elbow just to hit these little shots. You wouldn't see too many pros hit little shots like this, right, with that flippy action. So there's some ways that you can access both models if you want to and learn how they work. And you can hit the shot quite high with the Hogan model because we are swinging the club like a Jake Knapp and getting a lot of club head speed, and I can throw the club and let that loft get on the club, get that ball high in the air. Whew. Which model are you? What do you practice? What are your wrist matchups, right? Got your hands on the club. They're going to hinge a certain way and provide you a club face angle. All right, so if you got a weaker grip like Hogan and you let the club hinge back, your thumb will be under the shaft. The toe of the club probably will be down or the face open. If you're moving on a one-piece takeaway, depending on your grip style, like Scheffler is very, very manicured, if you will. I mean, he's on the same way every time, and he has a very neutral club face, plays fades, and on the way down, I put a slow motion video in there. You'll see where Scheffler's got his hand on top of the club coming down, and the toe of the club is to the right of the shaft as I'm looking, or to the left for you. Then he starts to get those arms smashing down, right? He's sliding a lot doing this stuff, but now the back of the hand is, the palm of the hand is to the target, but the face has not squared to the ball yet. Got it? So that's the grip style. Now, if you have a grip that's under and you can't get the ball in the air, maybe you're pulling them and you're coming in with the same action, you can see with that right palm on top of the club, the face is way over here. That's probably, I don't know what degrees that is, but it's almost 90, okay? So it's going to be tough to start it online, let alone get it in the air. And it's not going to be actively swinging the club. I'm kind of running out of room here. So sometimes I'll just go like this back here and go, okay, if I'm coming down and I'm starting to pull the ball, I want to make sure when the shaft is parallel to the ground coming down where my club face is. All right, and a lot of players, a lot of coaches will say, well, you want to have your toe of the club over here to, you know, in front of the shaft on the way down. That way you can hit it square, maybe hit a draw. Well, most good players, if they're here, they're going to start dipping their, you know, kind of holding off the face from closing. Okay? We don't want it to go hard left. Okay, so that's the question, is like, well, do I allow the club to get on this side of my shaft, leave it on that side of the shaft, which is the right side of the shaft, leave it on the right side, going up, coming down. What's that feel do? That was that for me. My hand was on top, like Hogan, like Scheffler, very neutral grip. I let the shaft roll by means of rolling my left arm, letting the right cock the toe of the club on the right side, left it on the right side feeling, and then just pivoted through, let it swing. Trevino again. Out there, Hovland, those guys. So Victor's like this, he's up, very wide, gets it around here, and then comes in big time like this. So that was very compressed. You could hear the difference in the sound. Maybe not through this microphone, but two different styles there, guys. So understanding what your matchups are going to be, we can define it for you, but you need to know that there's two that you can go with. And the basic principles of two, if you're a baseball player and we're hitting, we're looking like this. If you're swinging like Nap, you're letting this club fly. You spin your body, let the club go. No structure. There you go. Hey guys, it's Paul Gorman out here. I was just hitting some balls and I came up with this great idea. And that's to give you guys feedback. I get a lot of direct messages supporting me on my channel, emails, and the requests to get your swing looked at. Well, you can't come see me maybe in California, but we can do it online. So I came up with a plan for you to be able to send me unlimited swings for 1 month. Okay, so you'll film from the front, from the down the line view, and also a close-up of your hands. And once I get those, I'm going to make an analysis video along with some drills that you can go back to the range and work on your game, and then refilm yourself and send me more. And we'll go back and forth on a 30-day journey together. All questions answered and getting your matchups that work for you, the player. I'm not a cookie cutter guy. That's one of the things that I'm known for, is that I work with the player in front of me with sound principles and get you to compress the ball and be more consistent is my goal, and to have fun along the way. So paul@gormangolf.com is my email. Just say, hey, I want in. It's going to be $100 for 30 days of instruction, all you want, okay? And like I said, just send me an email and I'll send you the details, and we'll get started. September 15th is when we start, all right? I've got a bunch of guys in already, but I'm trying to reach as many people as I can to give back to the golfing community that's supporting me. And I really appreciate all the comments and things you guys send in from Instagram. And the YouTube channel is really great. So appreciate it. And that was my thought. Let's explore together and get on this journey. Thanks again.